Welcome back. New York State has long been the center of some of the country's most studied criminal cases, from David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, to more recent headlines like what you're seeing here, Rex Heuermann out on Long Island. Now a new immersive exhibit is opening April 17th in Manhattan and explores not just the crimes, but the psychology behind them and the science investigators use to problem solve them. So joining us now is the host of The Mind of a Serial Killer, The Experience, Lakendra Took. So great to meet you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Natasha.
So everyone's thinking about serial killers. It was in the headlines with Rex Heuermann, the Gilgo Beach serial killer, and in his plea deal, he agreed to cooperate with federal prosecutors to allow them to study his mind and his mannerisms. So there is this fascination. Why are we so fascinated with serial killers?
I think it's just human curiosity, because I feel like a lot of us are just like, how can someone be capable of such heinous crimes, such sinister crimes? But I think that the one thing that we all have in common with all of these serial killers is that we're all human, you know? And I think a lot of people are just super curious, because I think the majority of us don't really have evil thoughts like that, at least I hope. But I think a lot of us are just super duper curious about, like, why?
Yeah, it's morbid. We're freaked out by it.
Yes.
It's fascinating. What does it make it about New York that's like such a place for these kind of crimes?
Well, as you said, New York has a very storied history with crime, and actually New York has at least 18 serial offenders, which is more than any other state. Son of Sam, who is one of the most famous serial killers, he is from New York. So, and then these cases that are opening up, these cold cases that are getting reopened, happening here in New York. So I think it was really important. You know, this is actually the first time the exhibition is going to be here in the United States, and New York is the first city.
Interesting. And do you dive into that? Because the new technology is really opening up these unsolved cold cases.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, and I'm glad that it can maybe give a little bit more closure to the victims' families, because that's another thing about this exhibition is, you know, we certainly don't want to glorify the serial killers. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of spectacle and sensationalism in Hollywood and things like that, and this exhibition really dives into the mind and you know, how the psychological analysis and the police, the investigators, how they work together to solve these crimes and also figure out why.
You do have to toe a line there of it not becoming a spectacle, but also diving deep into it and addressing it. So walk us through the exhibit. What can people expect when they first walk in?
Okay, Natasha, I just saw it for the first time this morning, and it is, now if you're a true crime lover, you're real. Okay, well then you're gonna love it. I will say, the rooms, okay, there's rooms dedicated, there's 19 rooms. Dedicated to at least 19 serial killers. We've got, there's a Ted Bundy room. The Ted Bundy room has a replica of his car, the same type of car that he used to abduct his victims, and he used to take his passenger seat out, and we've got the passenger seat. We've got a replica, or like a recreation rather, of Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, which I'm gonna warn you, it is very realistic.
And
I will just say that.
VR headsets, so what is that all
Well, that's
about?
another really cool thing about this exhibition is that it really pairs the technology aspect of it. So with the VR headphones, you can actually go into a room and it's like you're the investigator.
Okay.
I know.
You're
the investigator, Natasha. It's okay. You're not the victim, honey, baby. No, you're the investigator. You're Olivia Benson, okay? And you go through, and it's like you're trying to solve the crime. It's actually like really interesting.
It is. Okay, so where is it located? Where can people get tickets?
Okay, so it is located at the corner of 14th and 6th, and tickets are available at mindofaSerialKillerExpo.com.
Lakendra, thanks so much for joining me. This is fascinating.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Natasha.